Now, Cockroach Janta Party, the satirical online movement which has gained massive traction in the last month, is all set to hold its first physical protest in New Delhi. Its founder, Abhijeet Dipke, has arrived in New Delhi and is likely to reach Jantar Mantar very shortly. Now, massive security arrangements are in place, with multiple police barricadings leading to the protest site. Dipke has received permission from Delhi police to protest peacefully at the Jantar Mantar. Police officials reportedly met him at the airport. Now, Cockroach Janta Party has asked protesters to arrive directly to Jantar Mantar and not at the Parliament Street police station, where they had earlier planned to gather and seek permission from the police. Now, climate activist Sonam Wangchuk will also be joining this protest in the national capital. The Janata Cockroach Party representatives have repeatedly demanded Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation. This is in light of the NEET exam fiasco, where numerous paper leaks over the last several years had caused, and the lack of accountability from those in power. Now, the CJP, which recently began as an online-only discourse and movement, gained massive traction on social media, highlighting the increasing frustration of the Indian youth. All right, to give us all the action from the protest side, we're now being joined by our correspondent, Dharmendra, from the protest side itself. Dharmendra, what is the situation like on the ground as of now? What are you observing? Because we know the timings were supposed to start at 10 regarding the protest. What's happening there?
Well, it is 6 minutes past 10 already, and there are a lot of loud chants that are being heard in the background here at the designated protest site. But before we talk about the larger picture, we have one of the protest attendees here with us, just to give an idea of why people are participating, and we're just going to have a quick chat to understand what this movement is all about. Where are you from and why are you here at the protest?
Hi, I'm Anshul. I'm a graduate from Delhi University. I am from UP, but I'm living in Delhi for 4 years now.
Yes. And why do you feel it was important to be here today for the protest?
So for my generation, I have not been I will not say I was active politically for a long time for my life, but after I started reading about it, I'm a major in political science. So after I graduated, I started preparing for UPSC, and that's when I started reading newspaper, consuming other things. And my generation has not seen a protest, or a collective movement like this. And we all have individually our own grievances, and we see through this movement way to express our grievance, our will. We are here to express our will, to exercise the right, and it is, I feel for me, it is more like a moral obligation and a duty to be here, to address to the authorities what we want collectively.
What's the entire viewpoint and your personal opinion on how this entire movement by the Cockroach Janta Party has taken up, and what are your expectations from it?
I'm expecting a lot because for my generation this is the first time, and it's everybody knows it started from a statement by the Chief Justice, and now it has come to the resignation of the Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. So yeah, like from there it has come down to this point, and I am optimistic. I'm really hopeful for this movement. I'm for the Cockroach Janta Party. I want it to stay like a pressure group, because for a long time in India the communication has majorly been one way, and it is like when Prime Minister went to the Norway, the journalists from Norway, they also dissented that our Prime Minister does not, he does not come again, in front of the press, he does not express, he does not listen to the public, and it is like a collective thing that we have inside us, that the authorities, what people are expressing, what people are communicating, what people want from them, they are not actively listening. And for a long time, for the Honorable Prime Minister, it is mostly man ki baat, not what we want, not how we want this country to be run. It is majorly how he wants and how the circle. And it reminds me of Milan Vaisnav, where he says politics is majorly influenced by politics and power, and that is how it has been for the last couple of years.
Right. So Jyotsna, clearly one of the many viewpoints emerging from this particular demonstration is that they want a two-way communication. So a lot of youth is looking at the CJP as that bridge of communication between the youngsters and the administration overall. And to open up this two-way communication, this protest clearly is going to be a very, very critical litmus test for the entire movement, also for the youngsters who are gathered here today, to demand the resignation of the education minister and also put forth other demands in terms of an overhaul of India's education system. So again, it's still very early hours. It remains to be seen how this pans out, but a lot of the crowd has been swelling up in the past hour already, ever since permission was granted by the police to the CJP founder at the airport itself. Again, from what we know, he is about to arrive here at the venue shortly, but the mood is picking up. The presence of protesters is also picking up. But it's a long day ahead till 5 p.m. in the evening today. It remains to be seen what kind of movement and traction this particular protest gets.
Absolutely, and it's very interesting how, you know, these youth, they have been looking at the Cockroach Janta Party not as a party, but as a bridge towards bringing that kind of change there. Of course, the building, we're going to have to see and wait and see how that the protest builds up. But do we have any news about when Dipke will arrive and all the other members of the CJP?
Are en route. We do know that the founder is arriving directly from the airport after he landed from the US. So he is being accompanied by a lot of police personnel to this particular location in Jantar Mantar. A lot of other representatives of the Cockroach Janta Party are also here present as part of their entire circle over there, which is witnessing the height of the activity and chants in the background. But it remains to be seen again if the founder really makes a public statement, if there are any kind of remarks being made here at the protest site, because we do know that the party did appoint 3 spokespersons just a couple of days back, and they did their first press conference, which, you know, entirely circled around youth disenfranchisement, the anger towards the education system or the employment system overall, and how this is going to be a very, very critical protest to voice all of those things and to take the movement from a digital-only discourse to a very, very physical presence here in the national capital.
All right, Dharmendra, of course, thank you so much for bringing all the action from the ground. Of course, we'll come back to you as and when we see more action and get your details on that. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.